Farley, who passed away, who was on Saturday Night Live with him.
Yep.
It was so good, but the movies that he's been doing on Netflix, they're not really that good. Everything else that's been on in the cinema movies and stuff, they're gold. They're really good. Anyway.
Yeah, they did a special about his nephew, and he's a director.
Oh yeah, yes.
He had Adam's buddy there do this trailer park friggin' movie in New Hampshire. What the hell's his name?
So one of them from Grown Ups.
From Saturday Night Live. The Joe Dirt guy character. What the hell was Joe Dirt?
David Spade.
David Spade.
Yeah, David Spade was the main character, and all it was about two parents fighting, and it took place in New Hampshire, and his nephew directed that movie, and it was actually friggin' good. I liked it. You'd think it would be corny and stupid, but I actually liked it. It was a good thing.
Speaking of Netflix, something that a lot of people probably do not know about. I'm bringing this up to you now. I think a lot of people what a lot of people are doing now is they're going to streaming services instead of doing the usual cable box kind of thing. There's the Verizon Fios, there's DirecTV, and satellite, and then you get your Xfinity and Comcast, and nowadays a lot of people can't afford that. So now a lot of people what they're doing is they're going to these streaming services. You can actually buy what's called an Amazon Fire Stick or a Roku or something that gives you the ability to watch different things at any moment of time, depending on what you want to watch. Like there's Netflix, there's apps for CBS and NBC and all kinds of things. And Netflix is one of those people that one of those companies, I should say, that also has a streaming service, but it's going to change. It says, listen very carefully to you Netflix people. Disney and Warner Media are launching their own streaming services this year in challenging Netflix's dominance as far as streaming services goes. So there's the movies out there like, again, Disney owns all kinds of things. Mm-hmm. Warner owns a lot of things. You'll see a lot of movies like Moana on there, Marvel movies, nice. Star Wars movies, all of that stuff. It's being pulled away from Netflix because now what's going to happen is Disney and Warner Media are going to be creating their own streaming services. So if you want to watch those Disney movies and those Star Wars movies,
you go to theirs.
You got to go to theirs.
Fabulous.
So Netflix is going, but we paid millions and millions of dollars to have these movies on our service. What's going to happen to us? So I think that's why you're seeing a lot more creative custom movies like Bird Box on there and in some of the other specials that Netflix has. And I think they're trying to make their own name, and I think it's working for them. But a lot of people are really leery about that because now you have to. All right, so if you want to watch the Disney movies, you're going to have the Disney streaming service for this. And if you want to watch the movies on Netflix, you're going to need to get Netflix for that. Hulu's got some great movies. Amazon Prime's got some good movies on there. You're going to need to have a service for that. It starts to add up. Now, a lot of people are going, maybe I shouldn't have canceled cable, because if I'm going to be paying $150, if I have, 10 streaming services, it's probably going to cost me about the same thing. So a lot of people now are
why can't they just make one big happy pool and everybody contributes and then you dispense checks?
Companies are greedy.
Companies are greedy.
It's insane. Why can't we?
There's a lot of people don't want to pay for services that Comcast provides that you can actually either get from other people that would be cheaper. For example, Hulu has live TV streaming services. Netflix is going to be coming out with their own live TV streaming services. YouTube even has live TV streaming services as well. You can actually watch live TV right from YouTube as long as you have their subscription. Is it cheaper than a cable box? Yeah. One of the advantages of it is you can literally watch it anywhere, on your phone, on your laptop, in the office, or if you have a Fire Stick, you can put it on your TV and stream it that way. And I think this is where Comcast, or should I say Xfinity? I keep calling it by its old name, but the Xfinities of the world and DirecTV, they're starting to do their own streaming services as well. They're trying to get away from the cable, subscription kind of thing. And a lot of people are going to streaming services.
Did she just do a selfie?
No,
Oh, all right. Okay.
I did not.
Go ahead.
She was just taking her stuff to me. She said she was pretty on radio.
There.
She just poofed her hair.
She
Oh,
poofed
my
her
God.
hair. But I guess my point is you guys know that I'm the techie, I'm the geek out there. If you're going to keep Netflix, just be aware that some of the great movies out there, like Star Wars, some of the Star Wars movies out there, some of the Marvel movies out there. I mean, right now on Netflix, you can watch Black Panther and the new Marvel movie, Infinity War. It's on there. That's all going to go away, and other streaming services are going to be developed, and you're going to find those movies on their
Just go
own
buy
stream.
the DVDs or the Blu-rays.
Well, and that's the other thing. It's like,
Jeez. Yeah.
but again, there's that cost involved. You can go to the Walmart and buy the $5 movie on Blu-ray, and you keep it forever. But then you go, well, I could pay $9 for a streaming service. But again, a lot of people are like, where do I really kind of save the money? Do I pay the $9 a month thing?
Right.
Or do I just pay the $5 DVD thing, keep it forever, but now I need to build that wall that has my thousands of...
I have a closet.
I still
It
have
has
a
over
closet
500
of movies.
movies.
I'm actually...
How much of them are adult movies?
What do you consider adult movies?
You
Has the three
painted
X's
yourself
on
in the corner. I want you to see how you get out of this.
The triple X movies.
Oh, no, nothing.
Yeah.
I have rated R movies,
Ooh.
but...
You have Porky's?
I see.
Yes, actually, I do.
Love Porky's.
Hold on one second.
Yeah.
If you think that she doesn't have pornographic movies in her collection,
Okay.
I think she's lying.
You do?
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
I think she's lying.
The
There's
gloves come
somewhere,
off.
some
Here we
way.
go.
There's something in there.
Yeah.
There's something in there.
Okay.
Kim's laughing in there. Kimber's laughing in there.
Oh, I don't.
The
I
high pitch. Do you
promise.
see that? You see that?
Yeah, she did.
You
No,
don't
I
have
don't.
you don't have a movie of anything classified like that.
nope.
I don't believe you.
You're like, there's no...
Liar, pants on fire.
Nope.
But I watched...
No dirty movies.
Last night I watched Super Troopers 2, and it sucked.
Yeah, I've never.
I was going to say, was that good? Because the first one was kind of
sucked.
funny.
The first one was a lot better than the second one. I mean, but yeah, it was dumb. And some of the characters with their accents, people, sometimes you're just trying too hard. And it just, people are like, well, he's just making a fool of himself talking like that because that's not how that's not how he sound. It's like the Boston accent, It's not how he sounds, so stop it. But it was stupid. I didn't like it. Sorry if I offended anybody.
I'm offended.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry
I'm so
about
offended right now.
it. I'm offended that you don't have any adult movies in your closet.
You need to go shopping after the show.
Amazon.com if you want to be discreet. I know this for a fact. I'm just kidding. So I know I always talk about Nashua schools and things happening here in Nashua, but there's something, there is two other cities that are important to me. Like, let me get this straight. All the cities and towns in New Hampshire are important to me, but there are some that, really stand out for me because I either work with them or work in them. And this is something that really bothers me. This is something in the city of Manchester, believe it or not. There's got to be some underlying reason of what's going on here. And this is actually affecting the Manchester schools out there. Citing personal and professional reasons, Manchester School Superintendent Dr. Boland Vargas submitted his resignation last week. Vargas, who is in the middle of his third year in the Manchester School District, said he will be leaving his job in 90 days, which puts his departure somewhere in early April. Not even affecting, obviously, the school year. Mm-hmm. He says, quote, "I strongly believe that the future success of the district requires the stability and consistency in leadership of a superintendent who can commit to several years ahead with the expectation of putting those plans into action," which means that either he was getting some pressure from our aldermen, from our city council, or some pressure from the school board. The resignation took school board members and Mayor Joyce Gregg by surprise, and Vargas' lack of clear explanation prompted speculation and finger-pointing. Just like I said, school board vice chairman Arthur Boudreau said Vargas felt that he had lost the support of the mayor. Here we go. I didn't even read the article. Here we go. Mayor Craig and some of the board members. For 2 years, board members had second-guess decisions on moving his administrative office to the Manchester High School West and reducing constant classroom assessments, Baudry said. He told me he didn't come here to fight. He came here to work, Baudry said. Baudry, who is the longest-serving school board member, said Vargas is the most productive of the 6 superintendents that he has worked with. Boudreau has been on the school board for a long time. I know that for a fact. The lawyer representing fired Webster School Principal Sarah Lynch said pressure is mounting over his client's termination. Manchester lawyer Kirk Sumino has filed a whistleblower suit on Lynch's behalf. He plans to host a town meeting for parents with children in the school's emotional behavioral disorder program that he faulted on December 21st in a letter to Webster parents in which Vargas refers to a student stabbing Lynch as an alleged incident. So there is something spun off of that whole situation there. And it says when the public becomes aware of the truth, it might explain why the superintendent has decided to resign. So, again, there must be something other going on there.
Interesting. So we're not sure what's...
So, the story continues and stuff like this. When the lawsuit happens and we get some more of the public records here, we'll continue the story here on Common Sense New Hampshire. Manchester, you do some things well, and there's some things you don't do well. I just hope that you find a superintendent that is going to be as adequate as Vargas, but we'll see what happens there. So, again, Manchester, the school district is huge, one of the biggest in the state.
How many high schools does Manchester School District?
3.
3 high schools.
West, Central, and Memorial.
Huh.
Yes. I was. That's funny you said that. I was down in working for another division of our company, and I had 11 stops on it, and they were all elementary schools in one fucking town.
Oh,
in Connecticut. I go, you have 11 elementary schools? Yeah, we got 15 middle schools, too.
Wow.
How many high schools? We got like 10 of those.
What?
I go, what?
That's a lot.
What the? In one town?
That's a lot of people squished into one town.
I'm like, wow.
Unless it's just
do you know what
all
town it was?
Norwich?
Oh, Norwich, Connecticut.
Oh, it was huge.
Norwich is huge. One of the a couple of the military bases are in Norwich. I know that the Coast Guard academies down there, and a couple other things. Norwich.
That's in New London.
It's in New London. You're correct. There's something else in Norwich as well. Have you ever been?
Low Bridges in Norwich. Low Bridges is the capital of. That's their state motto, Low Bridges, or town motto. Every time I take a turn, Low Bridge. How do I get on the other side of these things, man?
Here's something else that you probably don't know. You know they have fantastic schools in Connecticut. Do you know why?
Why?
They're funded by the 2 casinos down there.
Oh, they are?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes, casinos fund school districts.
So since 1992, 1992, the existence of Foxwoods in 1992, and then Mohegan came in somewhere in 95, 96, 97. I can't remember exactly. But I read a news story that they said that gave to the schools in the state of Connecticut over $400 million. Wow. That's in the last 20 years.
And their lunch schedule.
And you wonder why. You wonder why Norwich has got some, those amount of schools, because they're doing fabulous.
And they were nice schools, too. They weren't shitholes or anything. They were really
nice.
They were really nice schools. I mean, even when you pulled up, you were like, wow, they actually take care of this place. It's not a friggin' rundown shithole. Because you think you go to, like poorer parts of Norwich. I don't think there is a poor part of Norwich. I literally don't.
I don't think so either.
I don't think they have a bad part of the neighborhood.
I've been to the downtown part of Norwich because Norwich is probably like 3 or 4 miles from Mohegan Sun. Yeah. That's another thing. It's gorgeous down there. Yeah. Great restaurants. I mean, it's just the waterfront. It's really, really beautiful down there. So when we get some more news story on Manchester, we'll talk about that too. But Connecticut does some things right. Yeah. Let's just put it that way.
Nice.
When hopefully this state will wake up and go,